Carson Wentz is back to being Carson Wentz again. 71% completion rate for Wentz here the first half of the season. Has just 2 picks and 13 touchdown passes coming off that knee injury at the end of last year.
Yeah, and the big concern, again, we talked about this last week, is it the road game and the home game thing, or is it the mobile quarterback? And while it ended up being the mobile quarterback that gave Dallas problems as they lost their first home game, here's another one coming at you right now, and we had his first game back. He's all the way back. He's extending plays in the pocket, just doing some of the things that we saw Carson Wentz do last season.
I think our biggest problem is I think our defense will bounce back. But the biggest problem we've been having is the inside play of our offensive line. We have to improve that. Here comes Fletcher Cox again.
I have 2 concerns with this game. One, the Eagles have the NFL's second best run defense. The Cowboys need to get Elliott going. And secondly, the Eagles are an NFL best 22-7 coming off byes. You give them 2 weeks to prepare, they generally don't lose.
Oh, and by the way, they acquired a player, too, over the course of the last 2 weeks. That would be Golden Tate from the Detroit Lions, and the Cowboys have seen a lot of Golden Tate. In fact, this season they saw a lot of Golden Tate in September. Yeah,
and he's that guy that's on third downs that moves the chains. And again, it's going to take a little while for that chemistry to develop with Carson Wentz. But, you know, in an area that you struggled at against Tennessee, your third downs, you're coming up against a guy right now that is very good at that. So that'll be the key thing for Dallas's defense is, can you stop this guy on third down and get off the field?
Golden Tate is chemistry moves. I mean, he comes to your locker room and if you already have a great locker room, he makes it even more dynamic. This guy can catch the ball, he can run, he can do he can do multiple things. I like Golden Tate. I'm a big fan of Golden Tate, but don't play this week, son, please.
He brings a lot to the table what Torrey Smith brought to the table last year, but Torrey Smith left. And
Yeah.
there was a void where what Torrey Smith gave that offense. Well, Golden Tate now fills that void. With Jeffrey Aguilar and Golden Tate, the secondary is going to have its hands full this week.
And the other point on that, Alshon Jeffrey was injured at the beginning of the season. He's back healthy again now. And Zach Ertz, the tight end, is on a pace for over 120 catches this season. All right.